Hey guys, it's Greta here, and today I'm here to talk about my top 10 marketing strategies that have helped me create 4 multi-million-dollar e-commerce brands that have over 8 figures in combined revenue. So my number one tip is to focus on organic social. And the good part about this is that this is free marketing. So I've built all of my brands as social first brands. We've always started with Instagram marketing. So that's a great place to start to build a community and an audience around your product, either before you've launched or as soon as possible after. When it comes to organic social, I often talk about my 3 C's of community. So there's content, collaboration, and consistency. When it comes to content, my number one tip would be to recreate your top performing content. So jump into your analytics if you're on a business account. If you're not, you can easily convert across. Jump in there, have a look at your top performing content, because that is the type of content that your audience wants to see and engages with the most. Simply recreate it to focus on that more and more. My second C is collaboration. So that might be collaborating with influencers or other pages or brands in your category. They don't necessarily need to be competitors, but just similar category brands. So for Drop Bottle, that might be a hydration mix, because we don't do one yet. So it's brands that are also helping solve the same problem as you. And the focus with collaboration is that you use this as your core growth lever on social. So you're basically being able to leverage their pre-existing audience to help grow your own. And then the third C is consistency. So that's not only important so that you're establishing front of mind recognition for your brand through repetition, but it's also really important because the algorithm on social media favors consistency. It favors the frequency in which you post. So if you post twice a week and your post is seen by 100 people each time, that your weekly reach is 200. But if you're posting 7 times a week, that's 700. So it's just an easy win. So my second tip is to build a waitlist or email list as soon as possible. This might be if you're pre-launch, or it might be if you've already got a brand. If you are not focusing on email, that is just some really low-hanging fruit for you. Email accounts for around 30 to 40% of the revenue of my brand. So a really good way to begin building your email list is to have a on-website pop-up. So you want that pop-up to incentivize people to sign up to your email list. You can use tools like Just Uno or SumoMe to be able to create a content unlock or discount unlock pop-up. So that might be enter your email to download our free ebook, enter your email to download our free challenge, enter your email for $5 off your purchase or 10% off your purchase. It really depends on what you're able to offer. It might be a free gift, for example. So start to capture emails today, because my third tip is going to be to start doing email blast outs. So you should be emailing your list at least 1 time a week to stay front of mind and to be able to keep your list health up. So your list health really determines the deliverability of your emails into people's inbox. We don't want to be going into spam. We want to be going straight into their inbox to get as much exposure as possible, because again, email, outside of what you're paying for hosting through your platform, that might be MailChimp or Klaviyo, it's basically a free marketing tactic. So we basically want to be emailing that list at least once a week, and we want to have some automated flows set up as well. So some of the baseline sequences that we always have set up is a welcome sequence. Your welcome email gets around 50% open rate, which is around 20 to 30% above industry standards. So we definitely always want a welcome email. And you want to have a sequence in place of those welcome emails to try to convert as many new email subscribers as possible into customers. The next one that we always have set up is our abandoned cart emails. And another sequence that you could have set up is a product sequence that educates people on your top products, top sellers, some of the benefits of those. So there are 3 email sequences that you should have set up from the get-go. So my fourth tip is all about increasing your average order value and your customer lifetime value. So these are two of the metrics that you really want to focus on in your e-commerce stores, but we'll be chatting on those a little later. So what you want to do is focus on upsells, cross-sells, and bundles. So an upsell is when somebody is looking to purchase your product, being able to sell them more of that same product. So it might be, okay, they were going to buy one drop bottle, now they can, see our friends pack, which is 2 drop bottles, or our family pack, which is 4 drop bottles. They're also our bundles, which we'll get to in a sec. But it's basically getting people to buy more than they were already going to by discounting them to buy more. A cross-sell is more so, I spoke earlier a little bit on a hydration mix, for example. That'd be a great complementary product with Drop Bottle because it is in line with our core offering, which is helping people stay hydrated. So it would be another way to kind of solve that problem. So if we added a hydration mix, that would be a great cross-sell for our product. Then there's bundles. So bundles are basically, like I spoke about earlier with our upsells for Drop Bottle, we've bundled those into different packs, which make it easy and simple to show the discount rate for that. We even have a custom user experience built around our bundles where people can easily and interactively select the bundle that they want and the price goes up and down. So that's been a really great thing for us. So my fifth tip is all about micro-influencers. We use micro-influencers to gift our product out to, and they are able to provide free exposure and free content for our brand in return for that product. So when it comes to influencer marketing, I always focus on the 3 R's to find the right influencer for your brand. So the first R is reach, and as I said, we're focusing on micro-influencers. The reason we're focusing on micro-influencers, they have very powerful, engaged niche communities that are often a lot more focused toward a niche than just a general broader community, which is often the case with more macro influencers. So that's why we want to focus on micro influencers here. So reach, we're looking for micro, which will be around 5 to 50,000 followers in size is what we'll be targeting here, because they're also the most likely to be willing to post your product simply in return for gifting. The next R is relevancy. So we want to find influencers who are within your niche or category and are relevant to your brand. So some places that you can look here are at other brands within your category. As I said, that doesn't have to be a competitive brand, but it could be, like I said, for Drop Bottle, it could be a hydration mix or it could be a protein brand. So they're people who are already targeting consumers who are looking to improve their health and well-being. So you can easily go through, make a list of brands within your category and check out some of the influencers that they're working with. That's a really, really easy starting point. And then the third R is relationship. So you want to make sure that the influencer has as strong a relationship with their followers as possible. So on Instagram, that will probably mean that they do quite a bit of video content as well, or they might have a YouTube presence. So YouTube influencers have a very, very strong relationship with their community. And if that community has now gone across and followed them on Instagram, it means that they're their kind of super fans. So they're the people that we really, really want to target. So a good indicator of a strong relationship will be a lot of comments and probably like a two-way dialogue between the influencer and their audience. So they might reply to comments often, people might ask their advice on things, they might ask them where they got certain things. They're all really good signs that there's trust within that community, because basically with influencer marketing, the main thing that you're leveraging is the trust that that influencer has with their audience. Otherwise, you may as well just be marketing to cold traffic. So my sixth tip is content marketing. So you might just think that's things like blogging, but that can also include things like user-generated content, which I'm going to touch on a little later. So blogging is a great place to start, and what you want to do is begin with keyword research. You want to find the terms that people are searching for the most and write about those. This is how it helps to improve your SEO, which is your search engine optimization, because when people are searching for those certain terms, we want to be coming up or ranking for those terms. So blogging is something that you really shouldn't ignore. It's another easy way to get free traffic to your site. So my seventh tip is utilizing customer reviews and user-generated content. So we use Loox for this, Loox, which is just an easy plug-in Shopify app. So customers are able to leave photo and captioned reviews. This really, really helps with social proof. The photo reviews are actually far more powerful than just having a text-based review because your customers are kind of able to see your product in action. So it's a lot more realistic because a lot of the time in e-commerce, you're not just selling a product, you're selling an experience. And this way your customers are able to kind of experience your product through other people, through their peers who are also purchasing your product. So that is amazing social proof. Social proof, again, just helps to build trust in the same sort of way that influencers do. Influencers are more so word of mouth or social proof at scale because they've got a larger audience, but a lot of the time the trust is even stronger when it comes to utilizing your own customers. So make sure you collect as many reviews as possible. You might want to have an email sequence that is a post-purchase sequence that asks after they've purchased your product, a certain amount of time after, say they've purchased our 28-day detox, we'll ask them about 5 weeks after the purchase. So we'll ask them for their review, they'll upload that, hopefully it's positive, and we're on our way. So my 8th tip is viral giveaways. And again, these are a really great way to grow without needing to put too much budget in. So with the 5th, we ran a giveaway with a platform called Gleam, and we gave away 14 watches over the space of 14 days. So one of the really important things when it comes to viral giveaways is baking virality or shareability into your competition as well. So you don't just want to be like, okay, enter, sign up with your email, because that's private. What you want to do is be encouraging each person that signs up to then share your competition on. That might be on social media, it might be directly via email. You just want them to be getting more and more people to be entering as well. That's often referred to as their viral coefficient. So for each person that enters, imagine you're getting one other person to enter, and then that one other person gets one other person. You can see how it kind of propagates itself. Another platform that you can use for these giveaways is called Viper, which we did for our early drop bottle giveaway. With the 5th, we were able to generate 80,000 new emails in just 14 days. And this was really a case of being able to convert a lot of our organic social following that we spoke about in tip 1 into our email subscribers, which we spoke about in tip 2 and 3. So this is a way to kind of bring all of that together and be able to leverage that to grow your brand exponentially. So number 9 is a kind of newer strategy that we've just started using. It's text message abandoned cart. We use an app at the moment called Toby Abandoned Cart. So the benefit of text messages is that they have a far higher and faster open rate. So I think it's something like 80 to 90% of people open their text messages within the first 15 minutes of receiving them. I'm definitely not one of those people. So as opposed to email, the open rate over the lifespan of an email a lot of the time is like 20 to 30%. So imagine getting 80 to 90% in the first 15 minutes. So that's definitely something that we want to be taking advantage of. So a text message abandoned cart works in the same sort of way that an email abandoned cart does. You know, when you left items in your cart before and then, 15 minutes later, you might get an email with a discount code saying you've left items in your cart, just a reminder to check out. So basically it's exactly the same, it's just via text message. So my 10th and final tip are Facebook and Instagram video ads. If you're not utilizing video in your advertising yet, you are leaving money on the table. So the main tips that I'd give for these are to make sure that they're captioned. I think it's 85 to 90% of people watch Facebook and Instagram with their sound off. So if you're not using captions in your video, you're losing that audience. The next thing that we want to be doing is highlighting the brand. We want to create a bit of a narrative and we want to talk about the benefits of the product. So a lot of the time, a really, really good kind of formula for these that we use again and again is to have a compelling hook. Then you want to move on to some social proof or a stat that highlights the problem. Once you've highlighted the problem, you want to focus on your product as a solution to that problem. So you want to focus on the benefits of your product. So not necessarily, here's drop bottle, it's glass, it has a fruit infuser. It's more so, What does that mean for your customer or your user? So it helps you stay hydrated, of course. A lot of people find drinking water very boring. So if you're able to infuse fruit and herbs easily into your water, it's easier to stay hydrated. So that's the benefit side. Then you want to finish up with maybe a bit more social proof. So that might be influencers using your product. It might be how many customers you've had. It might be highlighting your following on social media. I think everybody can find some social proof at some point. It might even just be customer reviews like we spoke about earlier. Then you want to go into your offer. And this is really important so that you're able to kind of take people from start to finish on a bit of a journey, and they may be ready to buy at this point. So now you hit them with your offer, which might be a discount code, it might be free shipping. It all just depends on what you're able to offer. So make your offer as compelling as possible. So those are my top 10 e-commerce marketing tips. If you liked this content, it would be great if you left a comment below. We're going to be replying to all of these comments actually, so a really good thing that you could do is let us know your top marketing problem that you're having right now in your business. So leave us a comment below and we'll get back to you. So if you want to find out more about me and my story, as well as more tips like the ones in this video, you can check out my free masterclass with Foundr, which is just via the link below. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed today, and I'll be seeing you soon, hopefully in the masterclass.
The Foundr mission is to help you create an ass-kicking business and help you learn straight from the mouths of world-class founders. Get your free printed edition of Foundr magazine featuring Sir Richard Branson. Just cover shipping and handling at foundr.com/Branson.